Hi guys, Genevieve here. I just wanted to do this video for those of you that are looking for a relationship and yet never seem to find one. I have a lot of people come to me for sessions where we look at the issues regarding like the subconscious blocks that people have that stop them from attracting a compatible relationship for them. And so I just wanted to share some of those different blocks that you can kind of start to explore for yourself to start to change the resistance you may have that you may not even be aware that you have that is stopping someone from showing up in your life. So the first thing you might want to look at is, do you actually want a relationship? And I know it might seem like a weird question, like if you really have been searching for one, but we're programmed from a young age to think that we're supposed to find a partner, get married, have children, and follow that kind of line of living. And yet, what if that isn't always what you truly desire? And so you want to kind of get present with yourself and look at, am I trying to get something right here? Am I trying to create that perfect ideal life? And if I didn't do that, would I desire the relationship? And what kind of relationship would work for me? Because often people don't attract a relationship because they haven't really got clear about what is true for them and what kind of relationship would work. Do you desire a relationship that would end up in, living with the person? Or are you kind of looking for something that's a little more casual? So you want to get kind of clear on what kind of person are you looking to attract? So taking a moment and kind of getting present with the energies of what you would like a partner to contribute to your life. So do you want them to be loving? Do you want them to be nurturing? Do you want them to be adventurous? Do you want them to be fun? What is it that you're looking for in a partner? You might want to look at what it is that you've decided that you need from a relationship that you can't be for yourself. Because if you've decided you need something from somebody else, it means that you're not being everything that you are, and you can't actually receive something from someone that you're not willing to be for yourself. So, for example, if you're desiring a loving relationship, but you're not at a place where you're really loving to yourself and nurturing to yourself, it's very hard for those kinds of people to show up in your life. And when they do, often you'll subconsciously sabotage the connection so that they never get close enough to create a relationship that would work. So if you're not actually, you want to kind of look at, okay, what am I desiring a partner to be? And then you want to look at, okay, am I being this for myself? And if you're not, you can be in the question of, okay, well, what would it take for me to be really loving and kind and nurturing to me? What choices can I make? And start kind of going on that journey to change the energy so that someone like that could come in. What does a relationship mean to you? So what is it that you've defined a relationship to be? Our subconscious is kind of like a computer hard drive, and we have all of these computer files with kind of definitions of things that often it's a huge limitation in what can show up. So under relationship, if you had parents that maybe had a terrible relationship, you may have all of this information under relationship that is all of the stuff that you don't actually want. And so even though in your mind consciously you may want a relationship that's nurturing and loving, in your subconscious, you may think a relationship is abusive, or they're going to be judgmental, or they're going to be controlling. So you want to look at, okay, what does a relationship mean to me? What does a marriage mean to me, if that's what you're also looking at? You want to look at whether there is any resistance to the kind of relationship that your parents had. It may be something that you want to kind of undo the energy of, get some facilitation about. so that you don't then attract someone that you start acting out all of your parents' programming with. So what if the reason why you haven't attracted a relationship is because you don't want one like somebody else? So if you start to kind of look at, okay, well, what does a relationship mean to me? It will allow you to get clear on what's different about you, and that allows somebody that can kind of contribute to that difference and create that difference with you to show up. The other thing is you want to look at, like, sometimes people can have resistance to the relationship based upon what they think that the future of the relationship will be. So are you in resistance to the relationship, or are you in resistance to the next step of the relationship? Like, have you decided that being in a relationship with someone will mean that you then end up having kids or get married? And what is it that you've decided that will mean? So you want to look at, like, what is it that you've decided you're going to have to lose in order to have the relationship? What are your definitions of the roles that you may play? And what are you resisting in regards to all of that? And what if none of that was true? What if you could have total choice in the relationship? What if you didn't have to follow some set path? And what if even, like, any role that you play, what if you could be you in that and not kind of have to sacrifice any part of you in order to have the relationship? Another thing you may want to look at is, what are your definitions of men and women and the roles that they play? Are you in resistance to that? What have you decided that you'll have to be as a woman in the relationship, or a man? What is it that you've decided men and women are? If you've got any kind of judgment or suppressed anger around the opposite sex or the same sex, often you'll end up kind of bringing in people to validate the points of view that you have about that gender, which is often exactly what we don't want. So are you willing to receive someone that is totally different to whatever definitions you have? And what if you didn't have them anymore? So looking at whether or not you've got any charge around genders can be really helpful also. You want to then also look at your past relationships. So if you go back over the relationships you've had, do you have gratitude for those people? If you don't have gratitude for them, it means that you're still holding on to, like, judgment, you're still holding on to resentment, you're still holding on to maybe the grief or the heartbreak, rejection, whatever it is. But that will kind of, like, everything that you hold on to about the past, that then creates this place where you end up recreating it with different people, but it ends up kind of being the same thing all over again. So you want to look at your past relationships and look at, okay, am I grateful for this person? And if not, what is it that I need to, like, let go of in regards to this relationship? Is there some sort of gift in this relationship that I've not yet acknowledged? Because even if it was, like, the worst relationship ever and maybe the person treated you, like absolute crap, what if you could take away from that the awareness that you deserve a kind of relationship, you deserve more loving, and what if you're willing to be that for yourself? So once you've actually received the gift of whatever every single relationship is, you can then get to a place of gratitude. And when you're grateful for the relationship, it means that then somebody can show up in your future and that can create a relationship that is beyond what you've had in the past. The last thing I wanted to share was that the other thing, in order to really allow someone to show up that you can create a great relationship with, you've got to let go of the attachment to it happening. Because if you have a need to create the relationship, you'll often kind of want it so much that it's kind of like your focus will be that it's not happening, and then it stops the universe allowing, like being able to kind of bring that person in. And so what if you were willing to kind of get clear about, you know, the kind of relationship you would like to have? What if you were kind of willing to look at the different areas that you may need to kind of clear your points of view about? But also, what if you were willing to just kind of get on with your life? So what if you didn't need a relationship? And if you didn't need the relationship, if you were creating your life and focusing on the creation of your life, what could show up? Because if you focus on the creation and focus on the things that bring you joy, instead of finding the relationship, it creates the space for the relationship to show up. So hopefully that contributes to you. If you do want to work on any of that stuff, I do private sessions, so you're welcome to find me via the link below this video. And yeah, see you later. Bye.